Of equal concern is the National Commissioner's testimony regarding the events surrounding the attempted return of the dockets to KwaZulu-Natal. He testified that I was not supposed to remove the dockets from the province without knowledge of the provincial commissioner. Yet, despite this alleged impropriety, he stated that I should finish what I started and ensure that the dockets were returned in the same way that I had taken them. Just to remind the commissioners that considering the fact that they were brought by General Khumalo and he sent Sergeant Khumalo. They were brought by CI to head office, not by me. It devised logic that the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service would respond in such a manner. Even if one were to assume, for argument's sake, that he was genuinely dissatisfied with the relocation of the dockets to head office, his response upon learning of the failed effort to return them to KwaZulu-Natal and the reasons therefore ought to have been to intervene decisively. One would reasonably expect the National Commissioner, as the ultimate custodian of command and control, to take charge of the situation, to engage directly with General Mkhwanazi, and to issue clear formal directives to ensure that the dockets were returned through proper channels. Instead, his purported instructions suggest abdication of responsibility and a lack of meaningful leadership involvement in an operational matter he now portrays as critical. His reaction in this irreconcilable with the seriousness he attributes to the issue and raises material questions about the reliability of his testimony and the adequacy of his oversight in the circumstances. Importantly, this conduct demonstrates a leader who was not exercising effective control over a matter falling squarely within his responsibility as National Commissioner. It is also noteworthy that the National Commissioner claims that he only became aware in early May that the 121 dockets classified as under investigation by the PKTT had been removed from the PKTT and handed over to General Sintumula, an event he characterized as yet another surprise. It is with respect remarkable that a general of his standing who attended the very meetings at which the operational implementation of this establishment plan was discussed, could repeatedly profess surprise at developments arising from decisions in whose formulation and oversight he was directly involved. It is equally difficult to accept this aspect of his version. On his own account, he was working closely with General Khumalo in putting together the phased-out this establishment plan. It was General Khumalo who, on the 28th of April, handed the case dockets to General Sintumula. Yet the National Commissioner would have the Commission accept that General Khumalo, who was operating in close coordination and proximity with him throughout his process, did not inform him. On the very day that the docket had been handed over, that proposition is quite simply impossible. Now I'm moving to allegations of a potentially corrupt relationship with Brown Mokgotsi. I know Brown Mokgotsi as an activist based in the Northwest province. During or about December 2024, Mokgotsi began contacting me, during which communications he warned me that certain individuals were purportedly attempting to have me removed from SAPS. He further informed me that false information was being circulated about me. I met Mokgotsi for the first time in January 2025 when I was in Cape Town, or about the 8th, now, here in the statement, it says about the 8th to attend the African National Congress Gala Dinner event. It was an error here because I was there on official duties, not attending the gala dinner. I was not even at the gala dinner myself, so I think it was just a unfortunate sentence how it was crafted here by maybe my lawyer.
So you're wishing to amend
To amend
your paragraph 250?
Yes, I never attend the gala dinner. I don't attend the gala dinner. I was there at January 8th as the management of the police will be there to manage the big event that takes place.
Yes, Mr. Sim.
Sorry, I just want to understand, when in January 2025 were you in Cape Town? What dates?
It is somewhere from the 5th until the 12th. I think we've got paperwork around that that shows the...
Okay, so you were there from 5 to 12. You can provide us with that paperwork.
I have it. You'll get it over
Okay.
lunch.
5 to 12 January 2025. And for what purpose were you there?
It is meetings with the minister, including also running over to January 8th and beyond.
What do you mean by running over to January 8th?
We went there to Cape Town. The whole management of the police was in Cape Town because if there's going to be a big event, a major event, there will be a deployment in that specific province. And then some of the meetings and operations will be held from that particular province where there's going to be a major event.
Did you attend the ANC gala dinner?
No.
Okay.
It's what I'm trying to correct.
Thanks.
So would it be accurate to record it like this? I met Mokgotsi for the first time in January 2025 when I was in Cape Town from 5 to 12 January 2025 on official business for meetings with the minister. I did not attend the ANC Gala Dinner event.
Yes, the only correction or thing that may change, Chair, will be the date. I do have it. Last night I looked at it, I've got it. So I will make it available, including the signatures of the National Commission that authorized me to go there and the hotel bookings. I've got it. So I was just saying this was a typo, that it was at the gala dinner. I haven't been at the gala dinner. So subsequent to that meeting, Mokgotsi and I met on a couple of occasions in Johannesburg. When I say on a couple of occasions, it's 2 times.
Sorry, General. Sorry to interrupt you. I was going to leave it for later, but I actually think I should ask you this now because it is to clarify your own statement. And that when you say you met him for the first time in January, do you remember the date on which you met him? Because initially when I read the statement, I thought it was around the 8th, but it's not clear to me now.
No.
So when did you meet him?
No, around the 8th. Around the 8th, it was the January 8th statement, somewhere there. But I'm not sure whether it may have been on the 8th exactly, because remember sometimes the 8th becomes on a Wednesday or Thursday, but you find that then the event will be on a Saturday. So, but it was around that. So I have, let me provide the paperwork, but I met him around that morning before I left, because it was the first time I was going to meet him or see him. What happened, you see, I tend now to explain. And I don't want to explain.
Okay, I just...
Sorry. Is it not enough if we just proceed on the basis that it was on one of the days when he was in Cape Town?
That's fine, Chair. I just wanted to know whether there was a date that the witness could give us. If not, we will deal with it later.
I'm saying this because I see that the General is not able to give us a specific date.
I accept that. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can proceed with your statement.
On the occasions where I met Mokgotsi, we did not discuss any official policing business, nor did we discuss any operational, investigative or intelligence-related matters pertaining to the SAPS. Our interactions were not of an official nature, nor did they involve the exercise of any police function, the exchange of confidential information, or any discussion related to my official duties and responsibilities. But safe to say that I did explain that mostly when I met Mokgotsi, he informed me about the danger that I'm facing, be careful, you are being investigated yourself. And there's a part that I didn't want to explain, Chair, that looks like, for instance, or maybe I'll inform the evidence at the later stage, because it was not my place to say 1, 2. I can only end it here and say this is where I know him. And then the other part I'll explain to the evidence leader, and then the commissioners will say, no, you can say it. Significantly, at no stage has Mokgotsi asked or suggested or attempted to arrange for me to meet Matlala. The inquiry docket and search and seizure warrant.
General, maybe before you proceed there, in that paragraph 250, that very last line where you say, subsequent to that meeting, Mokgotsi and I met on a couple of occasions in Johannesburg. Couple here meaning twice?
Two
or
times.
It's just informal? Twice.
Two
Only
times.
Twice. Okay, thank you.
The inquiry docket and search and seizure warrant. On 7 July 2025, an inquiry docket PHQ 2/07/2025 was opened to investigate allegations arising from a media briefing by General Mkhwanazi concerning the disbandment of the PKTT, with Brigadier Sipokunene appointed as the investigating officer. On or about 25th of August 2025, Brigadier Kunene launched an ex parte application in terms of Section 29, subsection 1A of the Cybercrime Act for the issuing of a search, access and seizure warrant. That application identified me and 3 others as suspects in respect of offences including defeating or obstructing the course of justice, fraud, corruption under the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act, and contravention of the Powers and Privileges and Immunities of Parliament Act. Pursuant to that application, Mudau Judge J granted an order on 25th of August 2025 authorizing the search and seizure of 2 iPhone devices belonging to Matlala. On 8 October 2025, Mudau J granted a further order ostensibly based on the same ex parte application, authorizing a separate warrant, 1, directed at me alone. Warrant 1 authorized the search, access, seizure of electronic communications linked to my email account, and was executed on 9 October 2025 by members of South African Police Service, including Brigadier Kunene. A copy of warrant 1 is attached here to marked SS35. During the execution of the warrant, my laptop and 4 mobile phones were seized, as well as devices belonging to my, here is written, to my wife, children, and my protectors. I want to correct.
Yes, General.
That my wife's device was not taken because she was not around. My children, they just looked into their phones and left them. They went through them to see what is inside, and they left the one for the children. So it's something that just needed to be corrected. And
So should it read, my laptop and 4 mobile phones were seized, as well as devices belonging to my protectors?
Yes. Now, I don't know somewhere.
But does the rest of that sentence still hold true?
It will be true. Because even for the protectors, they took their cell phones as well. So I don't know if it's, I will read. Notwithstanding that several of those devices were not authorized by the warrant, a further mobile phone was seized from me on 17 October 2025 when I came back from ad hoc committee. On or about 21st October 2025, a letter of demand was addressed on my behalf to Brigadier Kunene and the National Commissioner detailing the defects in the warrant 1, recording the unlawfulness of the search and seizure and demanding the immediate return of the seizure items. No response was received. A copy of this letter of demand is attached here to marked as SS36. I must say, till to date, I still don't have my devices, and some of the information that I needed was in the devices. I don't have. On the 2nd of December 2025, my attorneys were served with a further search, access, and seizure warrant 2, authorized on 1 December 2025 by Mudau J, pursuant to a second ex parte application launched by Brigadier Kunene under the same case number. Upon consideration of that application, it is apparent that the founding affidavit is, in all material respect, a duplication of the affidavit used in the first ex parte application, save that the number of alleged suspects was increased without explanation, and additional individuals were authorized to participate in the search and seizure operation. Now, on 8 December 2025, I launched an application for the rescission of the order granted ex parte by the Honorable Mudau J on 1st December 2025 on the basis that the resort to an ex parte procedure, particularly in respect of the second ex parte application, was improper, unjustified, and constituted an abuse of process designed to obtain intrusive relief without proper notice or judicial scrutiny. This application is still pending. Chair, what I wanted to point out, Chair.
Sorry, just a moment, General. Chair, it's just past 11. I wasn't sure whether we should just continue to 11:15 or take a break.
Thank you, Ms. Hassim. Let's just listen to what the General wants to point out, and then we'll take the break.
The issue of in the previous paragraph that I just read, the issue of the additional non-subs individuals were authorized to participate in the search and seizure operation. Something that I just want to confirm again and ascertain with my legal team when I'm back.
We'll take the adjournment at this stage, but we would like to see the evidence leaders and the legal representatives outside right away, please. We'll resume at, did I say, at 12:30. Let's adjourn.